वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे
पीड़ पराई
जाने रे।
I'm Kanta. I was born in Punjab, Chakwal. That was before partition. And then after that, we settled down in Delhi, New Delhi. There was a little wall in between Birla house and our house. So I was about 14 years old, and we used to jump that wall and go to Birla house to listen to Gandhiji's prayers. We've always worshipped Gandhiji, and then here comes Gandhiji, and without anybody's realizing, he said, "Hey Ram," and fell down right in front of me. And this Nathuram Godse shot him. And we were all shattered. Nobody was allowed to get in or get out. And Pandit came. He stood on the pillars of La House, and Gandhiji's dead body was kept on top of the building, so that people were dying to have his darshans with floodlights on. And Pandit Nehru, he was crying and gave his speech.
Well, I was born in a town called Dinanagar in district Gurdaspur, Punjab. My father was working in Punjab irrigation as a SDO at that time, and he was posted in Lahore. And we have good memories of childhood, lot of family together, enjoying Diwali, Holi, all the functions, family together. I had primary, all my education in Lahore. British had been deciding to give India independence because of so much agitation, and they couldn't hold India as a country subject to their rule. In the meantime, there were riots between Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, and there was no law and order. I was stuck in Lahore. The independence came, spent 50 days under Pakistan rule. I was lucky. One of our gardeners in the factory protected me at nights in his small juggi so that Hindus were being killed, and I was able to survive and was able to escape in a goods train from Pakistan, Lahore, Kent, under army protection, and came to Amritsar, but was sent to Delhi. There was no place reach Delhi. The only I had one small bag where I kept my degree and certificates and one piece of cloth which was given to me when I graduated. He renovated a building, quickly made his government headquarters for Tibet. Dalai Lama moved their cabinet, and there was lot of interesting and challenging development. He was at that time very patriotic atmosphere was being created. He had a desire to have their own recognition as a nation. But China had attacked and they had fled. But I give them credit. They formed their government, they had their cabinet. Although they didn't have many resources, Pandit ji always was having speeches whenever time came. When I was in the bridge in Madhopur, we had created one part of the bridge, and Pandit Nehru came for opening of that portion of the bridge. He was very respected and like a small god for us that time, but he was even that time very impatient. He wanted as if there is no tomorrow and everything has to be done today.
Pandit Nehru was very impatient. As a government officer's wife, we were asked to serve lemonade or something. So we served with hot water, lemonade, and cold water and soda, whatever he wants. So that was very nice.
An opportunity come, the builder got a contract to build for UNDP a children's hospital, the gift of India, 200-bed children's hospital in Kabul, Afghanistan. I was offered that opportunity to be director of works for the whole project. It was a hospital, staff quarters, nurses quarters, and the usual stuff. I moved to Kabul for 2.5 years, built the hospital. Before it was inaugurated, I got an opportunity for the whole family to immigrate to America. I thought over it, I was getting in 40s, but like the challenge, everybody was crazy to go to America. I moved here with the family in 1970.
I love you very much.
Same here.
First, before we got engaged or something, my mother had a picture which he sent. My mother showed me the picture that this is the boy we have selected for you. I got very annoyed. I threw the picture away. I said, what kind of a person he is? Then she started laughing. She said, okay. Then they arranged a meeting with us, and I had my own room. Without announcing, he stepped into our house and found out where my room was, went there, and we started talking. There was only one chair. Who is going to sit in that chair? So anyway, we managed, and then we were chatting for some time. Then I said कि before we make any commitment, we have to write to each other. And he wanted to take me to see a movie. And mother said, yes, of course you can go. He took me for a movie, and then he asked that we should write to each other. So we started, because we were not in the same town. Oh, that was Swayam Siddha?
Swayam Sudha.
A Hindi movie. Anyway, we went, but we were not allowed to go, just both of us. My sister went with us. A new world for me. We had never seen things like that in India. So coming here, and then that desire of working in me was always there. I always wanted to work. It's quite tough in the beginning. We didn't have too much money. We had to work hard. But still, luckily, we were able to take those challenges. First of all, I was wearing sari. I remember that question. I was walking and went to Fifth Avenue to do some shopping. There was a lot of commotions because they had never seen anybody wearing a sari. So all the staff, they wanted me to show them how to tie a sari.
Girls was a big store with a lot of display. She liked one tray. It was steel with a silver finish. She liked very much, but I looked at it was $22. I said, it's too much. The sales girl came, you like it, you take it. I said, how to pay? I don't want $21. She says, don't worry, I will open your account. It took 10 minutes. She gave us a form and we signed that. She packed a gift and gave us the tray. We said, this is a funny country, no money given. They just got our address and gave us the tray. We wanted to have our own bank account now that we were in America. We went to the local bank there and they said, how much you want to deposit? She said, $5 each child. 3 children. They opened our account with $5, 3 accounts. And before we left, they said, we have a gift for you. They gave us small trays with flour as a gift for opening a new account. And we were excited that this is a great country. I thought America had good opportunity for Indians with lot of promises. Got my son here. He did his MBA in Columbia and then worked with the Mercer Consulting and did very well, rose to the being head of the company.
My name is Kanta Mahendroo. I'm the son of Yog and Kanta Mahendroo. Growing up in India, I left home at a very young age of 7 to go to boarding school, as did my sisters after me, because there were really no schools available in the remote areas that my parents lived in as part of my father's work. My parents moved to the United States when I went to college, and so there was an extended period of time where I didn't see them, and it was my responsibility to look after my sisters, who were in India also initially before moving to the US in 1974. Going back, I would say what I probably learned from both my parents, the first and foremost lesson is the ability to take risks in changing his jobs, in exploring different avenues, in living in India in remote parts, living in Afghanistan, then coming to the United States and starting a life here. When my mother was ill, 1988, in the United States with myasthenia gravis, and she was in hospital for the better part of 2 years. He also gave up very significant business opportunities because he told his partners, my priority is my wife and I'm going to look after her. When he traveled, he carried her ventilator, in a bag separately. He became a very wealthy man at one point, and then he lost it all, or most of it, in the real estate business, in the crash in the early 90s. And when I talked to him about it, he said, look, I came to this country with nothing. I made a lot, I spent a lot, I lost a lot, but I still have enough to last me my lifetime.
I was getting old. The company from a small group had grown too fast, and the buildings started getting vacant, and we had problems. And I had a choice either to go for bankruptcy or take a retirement and live my last days. I chose the later one, gave all my assets, tried to have something to live on, and took like a semi-retirement. And God has been nice. I am going to be 94 in a few days. I am mentally happy. I have a beautiful family, number of friends like a family, had a wonderful time in my life, had challenges. I'm looking forward to my 95th year and goodbye, and ask my Maker what next for me.